This program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. Oregon Community Bank. Feel good banking. William R. Torhorst and Associates. Your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital, Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care, close to home. Maria's Pizza, a little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for details. Oregon Youth Basketball, a nonprofit organization providing opportunities to students in the Oregon School District to learn and play the game of basketball. OCAmedia wishes to thank the Oregon School District for its ongoing support. Bill's Food Center, providing Southern Wisconsin with quality products, great customer service, and a warm welcome since 1978. And Ziggy's Barbecue Smokehouse and Ice Cream Parlor, Texas-style barbecue in our backyard. Send us your game day photos using hashtag OCAGameDay. And don't forget to like us on Facebook at OCAmedia.com. Watch all of our coverage on our YouTube channel. Just visit us at OCAmedia.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oregon Panthers girls basketball. We're at the Oregon High School Gymnasium, where tonight the Watertown Goslings have come to challenge the Oregon Panthers in a Badger South Conference battle with less than a week to go in the 2017-2018 regular season. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Sean Bull. Sean, great to be here with you.
It is great to be here tonight, Zach. They finally got the roads cleared off so I can leave my house again.
We did have a fairly substantial snowstorm not that long ago. Left us about 6 or 8 inches pretty much all at once. It was actually pretty impressive. But as we look at the girls getting ready and warmed up here, the seating meeting, you and I were talking a little bit off air before we got started here. Believe the seating meeting is taking place tomorrow. The Panthers are in Sectional 3 of Division 2. Now, I do not know if they will be in the tournament or not. I believe they will be. That's my understanding. And right now, those brackets have not been released, but my understanding is they will be in the tournament. They'll be in the Sun Prairie section of Sectional 3, is what we were looking at earlier.
I mean, certainly their overall conference is nothing to immediately dismiss. They're at 13-7 right now on the season. 6-6 within a very competitive Badger South conference. So even that's pretty respectable. And I'm trying to look up now how. Okay, actually, never mind. I was gonna say they've been on something of an upturn, but of course then they had to go and play at Stoughton, which is one of the most challenging games we can get this season, and we took a pretty hard loss last game.
Yeah, Stoughton is a team to beat in this league. They are a dominant force in girls basketball here in Division 2. And pulling it up now, they will be in Sectional 3, which is being called the Sun Prairie Sectional. Their half of the sectional bracket will feature Baraboo, DeForest, McFarland, Monona Grove, Monroe, Mount Horeb, of course Oregon, Portage, Reedsburg area, Sauk Prairie, and Stoughton. And that sectional semifinal will be played at Middleton. On the other side of the bracket for Sectional 3 will be Burlington, Delavan Darien, Elkhorn area, Fort Atkinson, Jefferson, Milton, Union Grove, Waterford, Waukesha West, Westosha Central, and Wilmot Union. And their sectional semifinal site will be Fort Atkinson. Each sectional sends one team to the state tournament, so we have 4 sectionals in each division, which means a 2-round playoff at the state level, which will be held at the Resch Center in Green Bay. As I look through the sectional that they would have to play through, jumping out at me immediately obviously are Monona Grove and Monroe. These are 2 teams that have historically given the Panthers all they can handle in the Badger South. Obviously depends on the draw who you end up playing, but it will not be an easy road no matter who they get.
No, I mean, we've seen recently the Panthers, as part of their recent 4-win streak that was just snapped recently, the Panthers had success against Monona Grove. They found their way in. They basically shut down McKenna Warnock as the Monona Grove main weapon. I wish I could say they've been able to find similar success against Monroe, but Monroe this season has been just as dominant as they were the last. 18-2, I believe, overall. One of those losses was to Beaver Dam, last year's state champion. So, I feel like Monroe is done losing as far as the regular season is concerned. And so, if the Panthers get the unfortunate draw of being seeded against Monroe, then that would take something just short of a miracle, Zach.
Well, and I'm not even going to say that so much, because we've seen this team, when they are clicking on all cylinders, when their passing game is working, when their defensive game is working, I feel like they can hang with just about anyone, but there is an inconsistency there that they, some nights they just can't get the ball to Ellen at all underneath. Their shooting from outside is not working, and then everything sort of collapses. And then we see them other nights where they can come back from difficult deficits and just steamroll teams in the second half. All that said, assuming the seeding meeting is tomorrow, which is what we believe it is, this is an important game for them not to look past. Watertown towards the bottom of the Badger South, but nevertheless, anytime you can get not just a win, but a conference win, that's going to be big going into any sort of discussion of tournament brackets. Yeah,
certainly Watertown, it seems unlikely that Watertown would be placed in any sort of postseason play here. They've got a lot of steep, hard competition in Division I, and a 10-10 record is it's kind of lackluster at best. But Watertown is not gonna just completely roll over in this matchup. They've got stuff to prove. Remember, this is still their first season in the Badger Conference, so if they can end this season with a bang and really leave an impression for all their teams in this conference that they've just joined for the next season, then that's an important step for them, and they will try to do that.
Without a doubt, and I think sometimes we talk about these games in sort of a professional context, and what I mean by that is, you think about, let's say, the NFL, a team there going into week 16, week 17 that's been eliminated from contention, doesn't have a lot to play for. A lot of the players are probably taking their foot off the gas to avoid injury, make sure they're ready for next season. That's not how high school sports goes at all. I mean, these kids, just like, those of us who were in high school sports when we were in high school, you come out onto the court or the rink or the field or whatever surface you're playing on, you want to play, you want to win. Just because it's fun. Though more than anything, I think people go out for sports in high school to have a good time, and so you can never count an opponent out regardless of the situation with standings and playoffs or any of that.
Absolutely. No, Watertown has their loyal fans here tonight, and they're looking to impress, and they're just looking to have a good night themselves. So that can equally be said for the Panthers, obviously, too. It's not just about that conference placement. Tonight is seniors night, so this is sort of a farewell for the Panthers to some girls who have served the team for years, and some girls who have just stepped onto varsity this year, and still we've liked to see their contributions as well.
Exactly. Looking down the roster, we have number 12, Kirsten George, number 20, Brooke Ace, number 22, Taylor Schmidt, and of course number 34, Ellen McCorkle, along with number 30, Brianna Bastian. Taylor and Ellen, probably the two names you're most likely to have heard of those five. They've been consistent contributors for many years on this team. Kirsten George and Brooke Ace and Brianna Bastian, newer to the team, more off the bench kind of players, but for all five of them, getting one of their last chances to play in the Oregon Gymnasium, they're going to give it all they've got.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, We've seen these Panthers, some of them for, I mean, the past 4 years. I mean, we were just talking, we've been talking for a couple games now about how Ellen McCorkle's been stacking up those points. She recently passed the 1,000 mark, and but this is a celebration of the entire class of 2018. So it'll be interesting to see how they're utilized tonight.
That game where Ellen was able to get up over 1,000 points was an awfully fun game to call. She had 20 in the first half of that game, on her way to 22 total. And from her first, step on the court as a freshman to now, she has been an enormous contributor to this team.
Absolutely. As well, we've seen Taylor Schmidt over the years. She even a couple years back was an integral part as the point guard on varsity. In more recent years, we've seen less of her simply because of the steep competition, just some of the deep level of talent that the Panthers have at that position. I mean, we've seen so many talented guards come through that Taylor Schmidt isn't just the one rock star at the top anymore, but her contributions to the team over the past couple seasons have still not gone unnoticed.
No, by no means. She is an important part of this Panthers team. You mentioned how she has seen a lot of competition. Part of that was that she was injured last year. That led to the rise of Izzy Peterson, who continues to be a big contributor. But whether she's coming off the bench or she's starting, she is a big part of this Panther team. Not a bad season for the Panthers this year so far. 13-7, 6-6 in the Badger South. They've got a chance to improve both those numbers tonight as they head into their final few games before the sectional tournament gets underway. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back. We're going to stay live here, so no need to shut us off. We will be back in just a moment. You're listening to OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers girls basketball. Stay tuned.
Panthers! Tonight is a special night as we recognize the senior class of the Oregon Panthers girls basketball team. Here they are in order of jersey number. The daughter of Jill Bronson and Pat George at guard, number 12, Kirsten George. The daughter of Dee and Wayne Ace at forward, number 20, Brooke Ace. The daughter of Kelly and Kevin Schmidt at guard, number 22, Taylor Schmidt. The daughter of Angie and Brad Bastian at forward, number 30, Brianna Bastian. And the daughter of Cheryl and John McCorkle at center, number 34, Ellen McCorkle. And for scoring her 1,000th career point this season versus Morgan, congratulations to Ellen McCorkle. Ladies and gentlemen, the Oregon girls basketball team 2018 senior class. We say goodbye tonight to all of these seniors who have, for the past 4 years, performed to the best of their abilities. These quality individuals have shown tremendous school spirit and have represented Oregon High School in a professional, positive, and respectful manner. Good luck to all of these seniors, and thank you for the many memories. Ladies and gentlemen, Watertown High School, Oregon High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. On behalf of Oregon Athletics Administrator Mike Carr, good luck to all coaches and competitors. We hope everyone will enjoy tonight's event in the spirit of positive sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, to America, would you please rise, remove your hats, and join in singing our national anthem.
Welcome back, everybody, to senior night. Let's get the starting lineups.
Watertown Goslings. Starting at guard, a 5'5" junior, number 5, Jenna Cap. At forward, a 6-foot senior.
Alrighty, folks, sorry for the in and out with the audio. We're trying to dodge YouTube's content ID system so we can keep this live broadcast coming for you. Of course, just as I say that, they pump some more copyrighted music through the
Is that CBS
arena.
Sports?
That
Like,
is
what?
the CBS Sports stinger there. So we'll do our best. You know, the production values here at the new gym are outstanding. Unfortunately for us, YouTube is not a fan, but with the initial tip-off, now the music's done, and we are underway. 36 minutes here in the final home game of the 2017-2018 season for the Panthers. It's senior night, and all 4 seniors who are able to play got the start. Unfortunately, Kirsten George injured. She is not able to hit the floor. So Liz Ewell starting in her stead, and it's Ewell that controls. Now to McCorkle all the way at the top. Inside pass to Schmidt. Nothing there. Good defense so far from the Goslings on this first possession. Taylor Schmidt now finds McCorkle in the corner. She steps up for the 3. It's just short off the front of the rim, and the rebound does go to Watertown. Bringing this one up is Jenna Kep, and she'll leave it off for Lowen Bird. Their leading scorer this season, 16.6 points a game. She is averaging. 17-19 on the clock as the Goslings look to find a way in. Send it to Kep at the top of the arc, and she kicks out. Bird once more, still looking for a way to go. Looks to take the dribble. Nowhere inside, and forced to kick out to Kep once more. Now an interior pass, but there's nothing there. Back to Kep, goes for a long 3-pointer and knocks it down. Jenna Kep, the second leading scorer on these Goslings, 10.2 a game. You can see why there. Hits the 3-pointer from well downtown and gives her team the early lead. Liz Ewell at the top. Now finds Bastian on the near side, and back to Ewell. Wants to go inside, but nothing there, and it's Taylor Schmidt. Liz Ewell in the near corner, inside to Brooke Ace. It's tipped, and it will stay with Oregon. That went off the hand of Emma Kieser of the Goslings. Panthers retain possession. You can hear the coach of Watertown letting his players know what to look for. Liz Ewell in the corner for 3. Short off the rim, but Ewell gets her own rebound. And the Panthers retain. Now Bastian alone in the corner. Inside to McCorkle in the paint, loses the ball. And the turnover goes to Bird of Watertown. Right at the top of the key, thought about a shot, elects to pull it down. Swing that one around now to Korducki. Interior pass is lost, and it's Ellen that comes up with the loose ball. Taylor Schmidt hustles that one into Liz Yule. Yule goes baseline. Oh man, she's double teamed quickly. Got to find a way to get rid of this ball. Double dribble. Solid double team from Watertown. They just collapse right on her, force the turnover. So Bird to carry for Watertown. Her team on top 3-0. Early in this game, 15:43 to go in this first half. 18 minutes per half in the girls' game. Driving the lane, and the and one score goes to Taya Moss. Just an aggressive move to the hoop, gets the score and gets the foul. Bastion called for the foul, that's her first. And we'll go for the old school three-point play for Taya Moss. In and out, rebound goes to McCorkle. Ellen McCorkle with another big rebound. Panthers down 5-0. That pass tapped out of bounds by Korducky. Panthers will hang on. Liz Yule now near side. Nice move to Brooke Ace. Ace the 15-footer, no good. McCorkle nearly had the rebound, but a nice grab by Moss, and in fact McCorkle fouls her, trying to strip the ball loose. Ellen's first foul coming with 15:26 to go, and the ball will go to the Goslings. Bird brings it up once more. Long pass finds Kep. McCorkle quickly out there on the defense, and a double team against Bird inside. Korducky to Bird once more. Takes a little hop step, then finds Kep in the corner. She heaves up another three-pointer and knocks it down. I'll tell you, Jenna Kep, if she's 5 feet tall, it's a lot, and she is hitting these three-pointers from way behind the arc. Brooke Ace trapped underneath on the baseline, gets it inside to McCorkle. She's going to battle, and it's a jump ball, which will favor Watertown. But you look at a player like Kep, you just wouldn't expect her to have the physical strength, frankly, to hit from that far out. She's such a diminutive person, frankly, you know, of small stature, and she is just knocking these threes down like it's nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Watertown nearly up to 10 points already, and you know, Panthers having a little bit of trouble matching them blow for blow.
That was a nice press there from the Panthers, forcing them to move it quickly up the court, and that forces the turnover on the other end. Panther ball. They are down, however, 8-0. Still yet to get on the scoreboard with 14:36 to play. Panthers' traditional starting lineup in there now. Speaking of three-pointers, it's Liz Yule, and makes it look easy herself. Right from the top of the key, she drains it, and it's 8-3 Watertown now as Oregon gets on the board.
Liz Yule was 1 for 10 last week against Stoughton. Probably a big reason of why the Panthers struggled so much is how Stoughton shut her down outside. But I'm glad to see she's found her 3 points again.
Another long shot from Kep on the three-pointer. That one just rolls off the rim, no good. Liz Yule nearly gets a steal off a Bird, and now she and Sedona Roberts force her to give it up to Korducky. Interior pass working along the baseline, nothing there. Bird, oh man, Sedona Roberts comes flying in. Now the inside pass to Korducky, and she gets the easy lay-in. Free Korducky's first basket brings Watertown up to 10. Panthers trailing by 7 here. McCorkle, a nice pass out to Peterson at the top. Great move by Caitlin Shrimp. The 10-foot jumper is good. And this is just what the Panthers need to be really dangerous. If their outside shooting works, all of a sudden the lane opens up. Yule can drive in. They can get the ball to McCorkle. Traveling the call there against Watertown. And the Panthers get another turnover. They trail by 5.
Now in for Oregon, Jenna Stats.
Izzy Peterson to bring it up. Peterson has that ball knocked away, but it's a kick ball from Korducky, and the Panthers will hang on to it. More reaction than anything. The ball's coming your way. You just stick out whatever appendage you can to try and get it. Korducky hits it with the foot, and the Panthers retain possession. All the way to the top for Liz Ewell now, and then across to Jenna Stats. Stats with the long two. It hits the side of the backboard, no good. And stepping on the baseline is Taya Moss, out of bounds. Panthers still hang on to it. Gotten a couple of fortunate breaks here. Need to try and make something happen on this possession. Panthers swinging it around the arc. Nowhere to go with it inside. Peterson now trying to find something. Nothing there, but finds Ewell. What a stash cut. But her shot is well wide of the mark. And it's Jenna Koepp carrying the ball now for the Goslings. Tries a handoff play. It's broken up off the referee. Liz Ewell takes the loose ball, and the layup is good. Liz Ewell using the referee there to keep that one in play. And it's 10-7. Panthers within one score. Lauren Bird wide open for the corner three, and she knocks it down. Her first score of the night is a big one, and it's 13-7 Watertown with 12:15 to go. Shrimp dribbling through the lane, takes a hard one, and that's going to be a blocking foul against Emma Kieser, the first against these Goslings in this half.
Watertown foul is on Emma Kieser, their first, team's first.
Katie Isley replacing Liz Ewell as Caitlin Shrimp will inbound from the baseline. Big cross-court pass to Peterson. Panthers have been really working it along that edge. Off of the hand of Stats, she can't quite settle it down. And that turnover will go to Watertown. Not sure if that's just a function of what Watertown's been doing in this game or if that's something Coach Wombley's wanting. But we're seeing a lot of these Oregon passes going all the way across court tonight. Jenna Koepp double teamed. Nowhere to go with it. Sedona Roberts got it, but she's just out of bounds, and Watertown will retain. Something else we're seeing from them, and we see it a second time there, an aggressive double team when they're able to isolate the ball carrier. Lauren Bird goes right to the free throw line, then kicks out. Interior pass to Moss. High layup attempt, and it's good. Taya Moss makes it an 8-point lead once more as Izzy Peterson carries for Oregon. Her pass picked off by Bird, and it's a steal. Finds Korducki in transition. Kicks back to Bird. Bird into the lane, step-up jumper. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for two. Whistled for that foul is Sedona Roberts.
Her first, team's third. Lauren Bird at the line, shooting two.
Bird has a three-pointer tonight. Misses the front end, remains 15-7.
Now in for Watertown, Rachel Moldenauer.
Second chance from Bird is good, and it's a 9-point lead for Watertown. 11:18 to go in this half. There's another big cross-court pass that generates a three-pointer from Shrimp, just off the rim, no good. Trapped in the corner is Peterson. Nice dribble to get out of it. Open space for Isley, instead to Stats. Izzy Peterson now back at the top, and the Panthers reset. Jenna Stats in the corner, goes up for three, and she's got it. You and I talk a lot about Jenna Stats being that off-the-bench player that you need, and she makes the difference there, finds the three-pointer. And it's a 6-point lead. Good double team on that, and it forces the errant pass. Stats picks it up, and she's got the steal. Katie Isley turning it around, pushing it forward to Izzy Peterson. Peterson double teamed herself here, now dribbles clear of it, cuts into the paint, kicks to Isley, wide open Sedona Roberts for three, and it's good. Sedona Roberts, and just like that, the Panthers were down 9. Now they've cut it to within 3. The full court press still working, but now Lauren Bird stops up, finds Koepp. A long three-pointer from Jenna Koepp. That one no good, but Taya Moss with the board, and she kicks it back to Lauren Bird. Bird nearly loses it, double team coming. Now Korducki across to Koepp once more. All the way into the corner for Watertown. Handoff to Bird. 9:56 to play in this half. Panthers within 3. Double team and a timeout Watertown, as the oppressive defense of Oregon was just about to force a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Oregon got themselves into something of a hole because they didn't start the game with their usual set of starters. You know, that'll throw them off, obviously, but they've been working back very impressively, and at this point, I think they're easily set to overtake here.
They're looking awfully sharp, and when their outside game is working like this, it's all to the good. Not only can you generate the big point swings with the three-pointers, but you start to open up things in the lane. We haven't seen much of that, but Watertown is going to have to start respecting this outside shot of the Panthers, particularly if they keep hitting them at the rate they've been hitting them, and that'll give the underneath players some more opportunities. Coach Wamsley in a rather fetching purple shirt this evening. And with 9:53 to play, Watertown will inbound off of the timeout. Bird to take it. Again, double team, but she finds Moss at the top of the key. Traveling the call, and if it's defense, it's Sedona Roberts. She is synonymous with this Oregon defense, I think, and her just scrappiness forces the turnovers like that all the time. Izzy Peterson across the timeline for Oregon. They are within one possession now. McCorkle all the way across to Caitlin Shrimp. Peterson's got some open looks, but quickly collapsed by the Goslings. Peterson now for three. That one's off a little bit left. Rebound attempt. Moss grabs, and that forces the jump ball, which will favor. Should favor Oregon. It does. They had already switched the possession arrow over. So Oregon retains possession on the jump ball. Taya Moss battling for it with Ellen McCorkle. A little discussion about the possession arrow, but we're ready now. Inbound goes to McCorkle. Now Isley in the quarter. Nice feed inside to Ellen McCorkle and gets her first bucket. Katie Isley with a killer interior pass there. And she and Sedona Roberts put the pressure on. Lauren Bird double team, now kicks to Kep. Kep finds Moss on that near side, dribbles off of Caitlin Shrimp, and the loose ball goes to Izzy Peterson. Peterson in transition, working on Bird, goes through the lane and gets fouled. And I believe it will be Bird that is guilty of that foul. Non-shooting foul, but the Panthers will hold on to it with an even 9 minutes to play. So far, a very light fouling game. Oregon with 3 team fouls, Watertown with 2. Not really been a factor so far. Only one made free throw. That came from Lauren Bird. Izzy Peterson takes the inbound pass, now goes all the way across to Ewell. She tries to get it to McCorkle, but it's tapped out by Rachel Moldenhauer. Panthers will hang on to possession. Ewell in position, goes right for the three-pointer. It's short off the front of the rim. Rebound, Peterson, put back no good. McCorkle rebound, it's knocked away. And Watertown completes, now in transition to Bird. Shrimp stepping up, doesn't allow her to get to the hoop. And they kick it all the way out to Kep behind the arc. Now back to Bird, she sets up for a three-pointer, too strong. Rebound tapped off of Caitlin Shrimp. And it will be Watertown that holds possession. Great hustle back by the defense of Oregon. Watertown had a good look there in transition. All the way to the top now for Kendricks, and Bird once more. Kep can hit from out there. She's a dangerous three-point shooter. She's already got 2 tonight. Elects instead to fire it to Bird. Bird working at interior. McCorkle gets a hand on and one. As Ellen McCorkle fouls Rachel Moldenhauer. That's Ellen's second of the night. Moldenhauer will shoot one at the line.
Rachel Moldenhauer at the line, shooting one.
4th free throw attempt of the night from Watertown. And they are 1 of 4 from the line. They lead Oregon by 3 here, 18-15. Ewell all the way across to Caitlin Shrimp. Now inside to McCorkle. She gets the foul. Does not get the score, but she'll shoot 2 at the line. Hayden Zubke, the guilty party.
Watertown fouls on Jenna Kep.
Oh, no, excuse me. They're going to call Jenna Kep for that one.
Purple at the line, shooting 2.
First Oregon free throw of the night is no good. Panthers still down 3.
Now in for Oregon, Taylor Schmidt.
Taylor Schmidt replaces Izzy Peterson on the floor. Second chance coming from Ellen. That one's good. And the Panthers down 2. With 2 fouls, Ellen will head to the bench. Jenna Stats replaces her. As Watertown looks to inbound, Bird immediately double teamed, moves it across to Kep. And Kep finds Korducki at the timeline. Bird in the corner, hassled every step of the way. Panthers defense moving around very effectively. Now a cross-court pass comes all the way. They go baseline for the layup. Nice move, but the shot is no good. Second chance from Moldenhauer is, oh my, Brianna Kendricks had a nice move. Her shot didn't fall, but Moldenhauer there to back her up, and it's 20-16, Goslings. Caitlin Shrimp at the top of the key. Now Sedona Roberts near corner. Shot is blocked. And the recovery by Watertown. Lauren Bird finds Kep in the center. Sedona Roberts right on her. Now across to Kendricks, interior to Moldenhauer. She elects to feed off to Bird. Kendricks steps up for 3, and she's got it. 4 3-pointers already for Watertown tonight. They lead by 7, 23-16. Jenna Stats cross-court to Shrimp, now to Shrimp. It was Schmidt earlier. Shrimp goes right in hard against the body. Her shot an air ball, and it's Kep with a nice move to hang on. That pass tapped though in midair. Schmidt finds Shrimp. Shrimp working on Kep, goes up hard, too hard. Rebound to Sedona Roberts, and she scores. Great work in transition from the Panthers off the steal at the center line. 6:24 to play. Panthers down 5. Good switch by the Panthers on the trickery play. Blocked by Sedona Roberts. She's got Liz Yule across. It's tapped from behind, and that should stay with Oregon. Referee does not make a definitive signal, but it looks like we're staying here. Panthers working hard on the defensive press. Doing great in transition. Liz Yule will inbound. Katie Isley at the top of the key. Oh, cross-court pass, beauty to Jenna Stats. Little short off the front of the rim, and the rebound goes to Lauren Bird of Watertown. Bird at the arc now, looking to distribute, finds Cope. Cope goes for another long 3-pointer. It's no good off the rim. Isley with the rebound. Has to pick up her dribble. She'll hand off to Taylor Schmidt. 5:43 to go in the first half. What a pass, and then baseline Liz Yule just gets mugged by a leaping Brianna Kendricks. Not what Kendricks intended, I think, but basically jumps on top of Liz Yule. So the Panthers will retain possession. Taylor Schmidt on the far side. Now to Isley, top of the key. Liz Yule nearly loses it off her knee, manages to track it down and find Isley. Isley shot fake away from one and interior to Stats. That one swatted out by Moldenhauer. And again, it will stay with the Panthers. Liz Yule the inbound for Oregon. It's tapped and it's taken by Bird. Good handoff to Kendricks. Hustling back though is Yule. She got a hand on that ball, now swats it again. Yule wants to say it's for Oregon, but no. She got the last touch of it, and Watertown will retain, but this pressure defense still yielding dividends for the Panthers. So Jenna Kep takes it back behind the timeline. Move it across. Kendricks steps up for 3, and she's got her second of the night. And that's going to lead to a timeout from Coach Walmsley. Panthers have not been able to deal with Watertown behind the arc. 5 3-pointers so far, and that's a big part of why they're up 8, 26-18.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically the same spot now that Watertown was up in the beginning of the game. This 8-point lead, the Panthers have not quite been able to shake off.
And it's, in some ways, they're a victim of their own success, right? They're not allowing Watertown anything underneath. They're really being stingy about letting them get in towards the hoop. That's forcing Watertown to take these outside shots. Unfortunately for Oregon, they're knocking most of them down.
Right, yeah. No, Watertown certainly is looking very impressive in this game, just off the fact that, you know, they've had to take these shots, and so far that's been working out great for them.
It really has. If you're Oregon, you're Coach Walmsley, what are you wanting to change up here? Is it something about your offensive game, something defensive? We've seen them have a lot of success on the defensive side, but also there have been some turnovers on the offensive side.
I mean, definitely, yeah. You want to limit turnovers as much as possible. You know, just change up the rhythm of the game even a little bit. You know, if we cannot let them linger so much on those 3 points, maybe we can force some errors on the inside instead.
Well, the timeout is done. We've got 5:03 to play in the half, and Izzy Peterson will bring it up for Oregon. They trail by 8. Peterson thinks about going inside. Her pass is tipped, and it's Lauren Bird that gets the feed from Korducki. Bird crossover dribble. She has it stripped by Liz Ewell. Ewell finds Peterson in transition. Peterson, the layup too strong. Oh boy, and you want to take those freebies. Taya Moss gets the board and feeds Bird once more. Jenna Kep inside to Moss. Stats nearly strips it away, but great play by Taya Moss to hang on. Another three-pointer from Kendricks. Her third of the night. And it's an 11-point Gosling lead with 4:24 to play in the first half. Izzy Peterson to Liz Ewell. Isley's got an open look, but elects to keep the pass moving. Ewell the stats in the corner. Nothing there for her. Tries to go baseline. It's kicked by Kendricks, and the Panthers will retain possession as that one flew right over the Watertown bench. Caitlin Shrimp and Ellen McCorkle come back in. Izzy Peterson and Jenna Stats will take a rest as Sedona Roberts inbounds from the sideline to Liz Ewell. Shrimp on the near side now. Tries to go baseline once more, instead to Isley at the top. Now interior to Roberts. Roberts a 15-footer, and she's got it. Sedona Roberts quickly with 7 points in this game, brings the Panthers back within 9. Jenna Kep at the top. Taya Moss looking to set that pick. Nothing doing. And instead they find Bird. Caitlin Shrimp nearly stepped in front of that one. Now it's Korducki at the top with Isley on D. Bird working on Sedona Roberts. Forced to kick out to Kendricks once more. Kep all the way around, a tour of the arc here. Forced to pick up the dribble, inside pass to Taya Moss, and she can't get a hand on it. With 2:59 to go in the half, the Panthers get a turnover. Sedona Roberts looks like she might be favoring that left knee a little bit. It's always hard to tell, though. She's always in at least a little bit of pain. She tends to hit the hardwood a lot, just because of the way her game plays. Jenna Kep carrying it on the steal for Watertown. Interior to Moss. And Moss is called for the travel. Panthers ball on the turnover. They have got to start taking advantage of these turnovers with the last few minutes they have here in the first half. Down 9, just over 2.5 minutes to play as it's brought up by Shrimp and kicked to Ewell. Isley far side, now the corner for Roberts, goes baseline and kicks all the way up to Shrimp. Interior to McCorkle, Taya Moss gets in the way and completes the steal. Jenna Kep for Watertown as we see Jenna Stats is waiting to sub in. Nice crossover and backhand Dribbling, and she gets it interior to Moss. Moss in the lane, drives the hoop, loses the ball, and goes out of bounds. Stats will replace Katie Isley here. 2:06 to play in the half. Panthers still trail by 9. So the whistle will keep it with the Panthers. Sedona Roberts on the sideline to inbound. Oh, the referee wants to let the sub come in, so Caitlin Shrimp will step out and Taylor Schmidt will come in for the Panthers. Ewell takes the inbound pass for Oregon. Corner for Jenna Stats, nothing there. Back to the top for Ewell. She elects to pull for the three-pointer. It's a bit strong, and the rebound goes to Watertown. Brianna Kendricks on the near side working on Taylor Schmidt. Forced back, but interior to Moss. Ellen McCorkle all over her, and she has to kick it out to Bird. Kep on the near corner, lofts one in, no good. McCorkle's got the loose ball. Panthers recover with 1:29 to play. Liz Ewell wants to drive baseline. Taya Moss stops her, but now coming in through the lane is Schmidt. Rolls in and out, tapped loose, and taken by Watertown. Lauren Bird on that far side, in through the lane. She gets fouled, no shot is the call. And so a non-shooting foul goes against the Panthers. And that's Sedona's second with 1:11 to go in this first half. Inbound goes long, and for Cope. Taya Moss. Fouled by Liz Ewell. So Watertown will be in the bonus on the next shot. Inbound pass goes to Moss. She's fouled as she tries for the shot. The shot is no good, but she will get 2 shots on the foul. And that is Ellen McCorkle's 3rd foul, unfortunately. Not what you want to see her accumulate in one half, especially a half where the Panthers find themselves down by a significant margin. Moss knocks down her first half. It's an even 10-point lead for the Goslings. Ellen McCorkle will head to the bench with 3 fouls. Caitlin Shrimp replaces her. Moss's second attempt is good. She's 2 for 3 from the line, and it's 31-20 Watertown with a minute to play. Ewell interior pass is broken up by Kendricks. Came out of nowhere and picked off that one. Jenna Kep will have it for the Goslings. She has it tapped loose by Ewell. Liz Ewell's got it. And she is fouled. Liz Ewell is fouled by Kep, her second. So the Panthers benefit there. Don't need to use the timeout. 45 seconds to go. They will bring this one in. Taylor Schmidt to the top of the key. Find Liz Ewell. Now to Sedona Roberts and back to Schmidt. 29 seconds to play. Ewell once more working her way around and finds Shrimp. 19 seconds to go now as the Panthers continue to swing. Baseline Sedona Roberts back, and it's tapped away by Watertown. And it's off of Caitlin Shrimp. Watertown generates the turnover with just 7.9 to play. No, it's Oregon's ball inside the Stats. Stats with the score. And we have a whole lot of confusion. The referee here with the goatee thought it was Oregon's ball. I'm pretty sure the older referee at the scorer's table thought it was Watertown's ball. Give Sedona Roberts credit. She recognized the referee hands her the ball. She quickly gets it into Jenna Stats, who goes right to the hoop and scores. But my suspicion is that will not count. And indeed it did not, because it was given to her in error. So Brianna Kendricks will inbound this one with 7.9 to play. Lauren Bird's got it. She's double teamed on the press. Now back to Kendricks. 3 seconds to go. Kendricks looking for a shot. She heaves up a three-pointer. It's short. And that will be the end of this first half. 31-20. Watertown up by 11. And it felt like Oregon at times was into a rhythm, was getting something done, but they just couldn't deal with the outside shooting of Watertown.
No, Watertown has, to be honest, they've really surprised me. Their reputation in the first part of this season, you know, they've found themselves near the bottom of the Badger Conference, and that's not showing tonight.
No, absolutely not. 6 3-pointers, just on 3-pointers alone. They've almost tied Oregon. I mean, they've been money from behind the arc.
This program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. Oregon Community Bank. Feel good banking. William R. Torhorst and Associates. Your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital, Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care, close to home. Maria's Pizza, a little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for details. Oregon Youth Basketball, a nonprofit organization providing opportunities to students in the Oregon School District to learn and play the game of basketball. OCAmedia wishes to thank the Oregon School District for its ongoing support. Bill's Food Center, providing Southern Wisconsin with quality products, great customer service, and a warm welcome since 1978. And Ziggy's Barbecue Smokehouse and Ice Cream Parlor, Texas-style barbecue in our backyard. Send us your game day photos using hashtag OCAGameDay. And don't forget to like us on Facebook at OCAmedia.com. Watch all of our coverage on our YouTube channel. Just visit us at OCAmedia.com.
Ended, so we're back on the air with you. Second half possession starts with Watertown, and they work it into Bird at the top of the key. Korducky kicks back out to Kep, and they'll try and circle it again. Korducky had a little open space there, but can't do anything with it. Bird with a great leap to hold that one in bounds and retain possession for the Goslings. Kep interior to Moss. Moss looking to go up around McCorkle, high and arcing, no good. Korducky rebound, and her second chance is good. And it's Bree Korducky that gets the job done there. Panthers trying to answer back, 17-20 to play in the game. They're down 33-20. All the way out to Izzy Peterson now. Peterson finds Caitlin Shrimp. Shrimp has it stripped. Taya Moss grabs it, and she gets fouled. First foul of this half comes less than a minute in. It's Caitlin Shrimp that's whistled for it. Nice crossover dribble from Bird, and she kicks over to Kep. Kep finds a streaking Korducky, but it's Liz Ewell getting in the way, and she completes the steal. Great work from Liz Ewell defensively for Oregon. Izzy Peterson behind the arc, now into Shrimp. Sedona Roberts there, interior to McCorkle. McCorkle goes up and gets the score. Ellen McCorkle underneath brings it back within 11. Good full court press from Roberts as ever, but she is the last to touch, and that ball will stay with Watertown. Korducky takes the inbound pass, and now back to Kep. Double team coming. Kep fires inside to Korducky. Moss all the way out to Lauren Bird. Wide open for three. It's short off the front of the rim. And grabbed in transition by Shrimp. Knocked away though, and here comes Kep right to the hoop, and the finger roll, no. And I think we're gonna get a foul against Korducky here. This should be Panther ball. No, excuse me. Ellen McCorkle called for the foul, and that is devastating because that is her 4th foul. That will force Ellen to the bench with 16:10 to play in the half. Inbound to Taya Moss. She's trying to work hard on Jenna Stats. They're going to call Stats for that foul. That will be a 2-shot foul for Taya Moss.
Team's 3rd. Taya Moss at the line, shooting 2.
Moss's first shot is good. She's 3 of 4 from the line already tonight. Looking to make it 4 of 5 and extend the Watertown lead to 13. She can't do it off the front of the rim. Another foul call, then this one will go against Watertown. Panthers will take over.
Watertown foul is on Bree Korducky, her 1st, team's 1st.
Korducky tagged with the foul there. Panthers down by 12. Izzy Peterson bringing it up. Dangerous pass from Liz Yule, but she puts enough on it to get it to Shrimp. Now we're back to Peterson. Jenna Stats on the outside and Peterson once more. Yule tries to drive into the lane, throws it off Moss. Moss gets a hand on it. And it was Liz Yule that was last to touch. Watertown ball with 15:38 to go in the game. Lauren Bird behind the timeline, brings it across. Now accelerates, kicks out. Kept all the way in that corner, now to the free throw line. And there's Bird alone behind the 3-point arc. Now Kep pulls up for 3. No good, not by much did she miss, but she gets her own rebound on a long rebound out behind the arc. She's got another good look for 3 here. That one as well is short, and Jenna Stats with a nice job to get the board this time. Panthers still within 12. Liz Yule at the top, finds Peterson. Panthers still swinging around the outside, haven't had much interior luck tonight. Now here comes Caitlin Shrimp, speaking of, goes right to the hoop, draws a foul, and she will get 2 shots out of this effort.
Watertown foul is on Bree Korducky, her 2nd, team's 6th.
Bree Korducky's 2nd foul,
Shooting 2.
and Shrimp will get a chance. Nothing but net on the first shot.
Now in for Watertown, Brianna Hendricks.
And Caitlin can make it an even 10 here if she can score. Scores she does. And the Panthers trail 34-24 as Kep looks to inbound. She gets that one into Emma Kieser. It's back to Kep now. Izzy Peterson putting the defense on. They find Bird. Bird at the free throw line, picks up her dribble, kicks out to Kendricks. Kendricks slides, you can hear it squeak from up here. Tried to stop up, must have hit a little bit of sweat or something, slid along the floor, traveling the call. Panthers the beneficiaries of the turnover. 14.5 minutes to go as Liz Yule has it on the far side. Caitlin Shrimp steps up for a 3-pointer. Bounces hard off the front of the rim, and the rebound goes to Kieser. Kept now for Watertown. Caitlin had a good look on that shot, just couldn't quite get it to fall. Kept working her way to the baseline, now steps up from the corner. No good, rebound Liz Yule. Here comes Yule in transition along with Peterson. Shot fake goes up, too strong, rebound Watertown. Gianna Kendricks on the, oh, what a grab and what a pass by Sedona Roberts and a score by Liz Yule. Oh boy, Sedona Roberts doing it from her back. Oh man, what a play, and the Panthers are back within 8 and they're fired up. Roberts gets a hand on that one, and it's a timeout Watertown. Sedona Roberts single-handedly getting her team back into this one.
Absolutely, no, that is a move only Sedona could pull off, and that was fantastic to see.
What a play. I mean, literally laying on her back, managed to strip the ball and had the presence of mind to look down the court, find Liz Ewell, and then Ewell finishes off the layup. Then she forces such a pressure here that it requires Watertown's coach to take a timeout. It doesn't feel like we're still 8 points out. It feels like suddenly the momentum is all with Oregon.
Right, yeah, I mean, we'll see if that continues in the next couple minutes, but this could very well be the break that Oregon needs.
This was a very wise choice by their coach to get the timeout, not just to retain the possession, but I think to slow all this emotion down. The Panthers need to keep riding this wave here, push hard on their defensive press, and see what they can do with it. Sedona's got a big smile on her face over there on the sideline, as well she should. Her team is within 8 thanks to her efforts. Jenna kept inbound, lofts one in for Bird. Bird trying to get around Sedona, encounters the double team and kicks off. This time to Taylor, not to Taylor Schmidt, but to Morgan Fromander. Kept with it at the O, finds Fromander once more. Turning on it, she moves that one up to Keyser. Interior pass is picked off, and here comes Liz Ewell in transition. Ewell into the lane, pull-up jumper, and it's good. Liz Ewell with her second bucket in this half. It's 34-28, Panthers within 6. Double team here as Jenna Kopp is trapped in the corner. Panthers right on her, pass picked off, feed into Caitlin Shrimp. She runs right into Fromander and draws the foul, and the Panthers riding that wave like we talked about. What a play.
Watertown, Morgan Fromander, her first, team's second. Now in for Watertown, Rachel Moldenauer.
And I believe actually the third team foul for Watertown. Both teams with 3 in this half. Inbounds pass goes to Liz Ewell. She goes right to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper's good. Liz Ewell back to back, and the Panthers are only down 4 now. Fromander double teamed in the backcourt. Now Bird as well, able to get it across to Kep, and they bring it into the front half. Panthers set up on D. Sedona Roberts working on Bird. Kep now far corner, elects to rifle one up there. Man, she puts a lot on that shot. Roberts trying to get to the loose ball. It's Liz Ewell that will take it, grabs the dribble and goes. Liz Ewell to the free throw line, another shot, it's well short, and Kep has the air ball rebound. Kep moving it forward, she finds Bird. 12-13 to play, step up three-pointer from Fromander, off the rim, no good. And we've got a foul against Watertown. Sedona Roberts is fired up and ready to go. Panthers are getting close. Moldenauer called for that foul with 12:08 to play. Panthers down only 4 as Taylor Schmidt checks in. Izzy Peterson takes a break. Ellen McCorkle still on the bench with 4 fouls. Stats in the corner. Jenna kicks it around to Liz Ewell, and now Caitlin Shrimp at the top. Lifts all the way into Taylor Schmidt there, and they keep moving it around. Taylor Schmidt near side, corner for Sedona. Sedona all the way out to Caitlin Shrimp. Shrimp goes in, what a move through traffic, fouled and the score! Oh, Caitlin Shrimp dribbled her way through half of the Watertown team, gets the score, gets the foul, and she'll shoot 1. Moldenauer called for another foul. 1 shot for Caitlin Shrimp. She can bring it to within 1 point. How did she make her way through the lane there?
She, every once in a while, Caitlin Shrimp, she will have these moments of incredible agility like that, where she will just find some maze route through a defense, and it's amazing to watch every time.
It really is. It looks like she might have gotten a bit of a nick along the way there. We have an official's timeout for blood on the floor. Looks like just a small scratch on her hand, nothing serious.
Yeah.
But don't want any blood products littering the court, so we'll get that attended to. Coach Wamsley takes the opportunity to call a full timeout. His team within 2, depending on how the Shrimp free throw goes, could be within 1 after being down by as many as 12 earlier in this game.
what a turnaround for the Panthers.
It's, you know, and we call her name a lot in these games, and she deserves it. Sedona Roberts igniting this change for the Panthers, taking them from kind of listless and uncertain to fired up and ready to play. Liz Ewell making jumper after jumper, and they look like a different team here in this half. So big thanks to the Panther training staff tending to Caitlin Shrimp here. Going to put a full bandage on that hand, it looks like. And then we will be ready to play.
Better to be safe than sorry, you know. Like,
there we go.
That's certainly not coming off like a Band-Aid might.
No, and she's got a big smile on her face too. I think she's obviously not much worse for the wear, just a bit of a nick on the top of the hand. And she's got a chance for the three-point play here. She's already 2 of 2 from the line. No good on that one. Rebound kept. Pressure being put on, but she's able to turn it around. Here comes Bird. Shrimp gets back. Good backcourt work from Caitlin Shrimp. Interior pass to Moldenauer. Now kick out. And it's Bird at the top with 11:24 to play. Watertown still up 2. Goslings move it to Kep and keep it swinging around. Bird cuts back to the near side. Moss wanted it interior. Nothing doing. Now they do find Moss on the lane. She tries to drive in, feed to Moldenauer, getting this one on the floor. And it's a jump ball. Jenna Stats battling for it. And that possession arrow favors Oregon. They get the turnover. 11:03 to play, 34-32 in favor of Watertown. Katie Isley comes in to replace Caitlin Shrimp. And it'll be Liz Ewell to bring it across the logo. Ewell's pass to Isley a little out of her reach and out of bounds. An unfortunate turnover for the Panthers. Goslings will inbound it. Sedona Roberts putting the defense on Bird. Bird picks up a nice pick from Taya Moss, but Sedona Roberts able to work around it. Moss now on the inside, shot fake, turns around, row good, and the rebound, Katie Isley. 10:39 to play as the Panthers remain within 2. Taylor Schmidt all the way into the corner for Jenna Stats. Stats goes right to the hoop along the baseline, and she's got the score. Oh man, Jenna Stats fighting her way through traffic, and she ties this game up. Lauren Bird for the Goslings. This is the first time we have been tied all night. Kep pulls one up from 3. It's too strong, but a nice tap back to her by Moldenauer. Now interior to Moldenauer, and they're going to get Stats for the foul before the shot. Panthers' 4th team foul only. 10:06 to play in this game. This is the first time the Panthers have been tied since we first got underway. Want to steal this one away and get a lead. Kep not able to find a way in, now does get it to the top for Fromander. Shot fake and a great interior pass to Moss. Moss is fouled hard and actually jams it between the rim and the backboard. Can we get a spare ball here to knock it free? Lauren Bird not quite able to get up there. There we go, second chance is good. Isley called for the foul. That's her first of the game. And Oregon's 5th. Kep will inbound. Oh, that one blocked by Taylor Schmidt. She didn't even realize. Lauren Bird in the lane, turnaround, trying to get a shot through. She does hook it in finally, gets her own board and goes to the floor. And this should be a jump ball as Liz Ewell puts hands on it. Oh boy, and Bird looks like she's in some amount of pain there. Oh my, you can see the grimace on her face, but she is going to fight through it. And they do get the ball to her. She heads right to the lane, loses it, but is able to grab back for Moss. Liz Ewell got in front. No, I'm sorry, Sedona Roberts. And Roberts whistled for the foul. You can see a look of incredulity on her face, but she is whistled. That's the 6th Oregon foul, so Watertown will be shooting for the rest of the night on the fouls. Kep has a look way behind the arc. It's short off the rim, and Isley's got it for Oregon. Panthers tied up at 34 despite all the shenanigans on the other side of the court, and they've got a chance to take the lead here. Isley to the corner for Ewell for three. It's good, and the Panthers have their first lead of the game. Liz Ewell with 9 points in this half, 14 in the game, and it's 37-34 Oregon. Ellen McCorkle cheering her teammates on from the bench. She's got 4 fouls and is sitting right now as Fromander moves it along. Bird in the corner, thinking about that three, now goes baseline. Sedona Roberts gives her a shove, and she's going to get called for that foul, her 4th now, and we have 2 important Panthers in big-time foul trouble, to say nothing of the fact that Bird is going to the line for a 1-and-1. Roberts and Schmidt hit the road for the bench. Schripp and Peterson come in to replace them. Boy, McCorkle and Sedona Roberts having 4 fouls each. That is huge here with 9 minutes to play. Lauren Bird with a 1-and-1 opportunity. Front half no good. Rebound Jenna Stats. Lauren Bird only 1 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. And the Panthers have a chance to expand their lead with 8:45 to go in this game. Panthers swinging it. Jenna Stats in the corner. Now all the way across court to Shrimp. And there's Stats. She's got the 3-point look, and she's got the score. Her second 3 of the night, and it's a 6-point Oregon lead. Taya Moss bringing it up. And she is fouled. Isley called for that foul, and that will send Taya Moss to the line for a 1-and-1.
Taya Moss at the line.
Moss 3 of 5 tonight from the line. Front end good. And it's a 5-point Oregon lead, 40-35. Bird and Kep both back deep for Watertown. Second attempt off the rim, and it's Liz Ewell that's got it. Panthers still up by 5, want to make it more. Ewell forced to pick up that dribble, but manages to avoid the travel. Now they find Ewell again, far side. Katie Isley goes all the way to Jenna Stats. Stats, a nice job to hang on to that one, and finds back to Ewell and Isley at the top. Interior to Shrimp. Now to Isley. Panthers swinging it, just not able to generate much offense. Now working her way in is Peterson. No shot. Foul came before it.
Watertown foul is on Emma Keyser, her second.
Emma Keyser, the guilty party. Now the Panthers will be in the bonus. They will shoot for the rest of the night as well. Inbounds goes to the top for Peterson. Panthers up 5 here. Driving to the lane, now kick out. Find Jenna Stats, another 3-point attempt. It's just a bit strong, and the rebound goes to Korducki. She moves it to Kep, and Watertown looking to shrink this 5-point lead. Gets a pick from Bird, nothing doing. Peterson right on her, forced to pass off. Bird nowhere to go and sends back. Defense of the Panthers looking sharp early. Inbound pass to Keyser. Keyser working on Stats, and she's called for the charge. Emma Keyser called for the charge, and that will be a 1-and-1 shot for Jenna Stats. And that is going to bring up a timeout from Watertown with 7:11 to play in this game. How about Jenna Stats getting set, drawing the charging foul? She should go to the line when we come back. And the Panthers have completely reversed their fortunes in this game. They came into this half down 31-20, and they have gone on a 20-4 run. just a remarkable performance.
Fantastic. You know, it's going to be interesting. You know, this is, I believe, yes, this is the last home game we are covering for the girls team this season. It'll be interesting to see who takes Ellen McCorkle's starting spot, because she's the only senior out of the starters. There's a lot of good talent. I mean, I would argue Jenna Stats is certainly more than ready, but you've got a lot of people that are coming off the bench and showing their merits on this team that, you know, that's going to be a hard decision for Coach Adam Walmsley next year.
Beyond a doubt, most especially because you just don't have someone that matches that physical profile that Ellen's got. She's 6'2", and in the girls' game especially, that is a huge asset. No one on the team currently even comes close. You know, can't rule out a growth spurt for anybody, but for right now, yeah, I like either Jenna Stats or Katie Isley to take over that position, but we will definitely see how it develops next season. For right now, the Panthers up 5, and they're looking to expand. Unfortunately, Taya Moss picks one off. She feeds Bird. Bird stopped right at the top of the key, and it's Caitlin Schrimpf getting in there and doing the dirty work. She's called for the foul. We'll send Bird to the line for a 1-and-1.
Her second, team's ninth. Now in for Watertown, Brianna Hendricks. Lauren Bird at the line, shooting 1-and-1.
Bird 1 for 3 at the line. And now 1 for 4, rebound Panthers. Still 40-35 with 6:48 to play. Liz Ewell looking to get something moving here. Panthers kind of bunched up on that left side. Now they spread out, and it's Liz Ewell eating the double team. Nearly blocked by Bird. Great grab from Schrimpf. Interior to Peterson. Peterson forced to retreat out and finds Ewell once more. All the way across to a lonesome Schrimpf. She dribbles around, thinks about cutting inside, but finds Stats in the corner. Isley's around her defender to the top of the key. Now outside for Schrimpf. And back up top. Izzy Peterson to the lane, going right to the hoop, and the score! Izzy Peterson driving in her first basket of the night, and it gives Oregon a 7-point lead. Watertown able to break the press, kept heading right to the free throw line. Now finds Bird all alone for the corner three-pointer. It's short, and the Panthers have the rebound. Great work by Watertown to get the open look, but Lauren Bird could not get the shot to fall, and the Panthers still have a 7-point lead as Izzy Peterson dribbles right through a double team and now kicks this one over for Schrimpf. Schrimpf, I think, oh, nope, timeout from Coach Adam Walmsley. So with 5:34 to go, we get an Oregon timeout as they lead by 7 in this game.
I mean, how are you liking this current Panthers lineup? And do you take the risk and start to put McCorkle and Roberts back in, or do you just let this team do what it's doing at the moment?
I'll be honest, I'm not a huge subscriber to the hot hand theory, but this team, this group of girls on the floor currently, and the subs that they've been using, which have not included McCorkle and Roberts for obvious reasons, have been doing an outstanding job. I think until I see something where I really want to get Ellen or Sedona in there, I think I'm leaving them on the bench. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing from my players here, and I'm not sure I want to screw up that chemistry that they seem to have.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. You know, this is supposed to be senior night, but, you know, at the moment, the Panthers are regularly fielding 3 sophomores, as they have been doing, you know, all season. So, I mean, there you go. Ellen McCorkle is, in fact, back on the court. So
you asked, and Coach Adam Walmsley has answered. So Ellen with 4 fouls is on there, and it's one of those risk-reward things. Ellen, one of your best players, obviously, but if she fouls out, it's no different than if you leave her on the bench. At some point, you've got to put her back in there,
right,
and try and get that contribution.
Exactly. It's not like there's really that much of a penalty to it at this point. It's just, you know, see if McCorkle can get some extra production for the Panthers.
Yep, as they swing it around here with 5:23 to play, they're up 7. Izzy Peterson, aggressive defense, but she's able to dribble through. Nice job to get the pass out. and they keep circling it. Shrimp draws a bump there, and she'll go to the line for a 1-and-1 as Lauren Bird is called for her first foul. Excuse me, her second.
Watertown foul is on Lauren Bird, her second, team's 8th. Caitlin Shrimp at the line, shooting 1-and-1.
Caitlin 2 of 3 from the line, make it 3 of 4, and she gets a second chance out of it. 43-35 Panthers with 5:13 to go. Now 44-35 as she drains the back half as well. 4 of 5 from the line, and the Panthers have a 9-point lead as the Goslings bring it back up, and they have got to be stunned with what has happened here. A 24-4 run in this second half. Bird steps up for a three-pointer, and she gets the roll. Lauren Bird bringing her team back within 6 on the three-pointer. This game is not over by any means. Caitlin Shrimp at the near sideline takes the dribble and feeds across. Watertown going to a bit of a zone look here. Boy, as Izzy Peterson falls over the top of Lauren Bird, she's going to get called for the foul. Bird has been the recipient of some tough contact in this game.
Yeah, she has just been taking an unintentional beating here.
Nope, and that's going to be a 2-shot foul as we get into the double bonus. Bird, I think a little bit worse for the wear there after another trip to the hardwood, but she's going to keep on fighting.
Wow.
Crowd gives her a nice hand here, a well-deserved round of applause, and she will get 2 shots as the Goslings are now into the double bonus. Her first shot no good. She is 1 of 5 from the line. Second chance coming. That one gets the roll. Panthers lead by 5 with 4:38 to play. Izzy Peterson bringing it across. Kicks over to Caitlin Shrimp. Shrimp immediately double teamed. There's Isley. Isley baseline for Liz Ewell. Caitlin Shrimp moving with it along the arc and now steps back. Ewell in the corner gets tripped as she goes, and it's Brianna Kendricks that fouls her. That will send Liz to the line.
Watertown foul is on Brianna Hendricks, her second, team's 9th. Liz Ewell.
Ewell has not been to the free throw line tonight.
And 1.
The Panthers are combined 5 of 7. And now 6 of 8 as Liz Ewell knocks down her first free throw attempt. With 1 more to come, Panthers up 6. Second chance, no good, and Kep has the rebound for the Goslings. A 6-point game with 4.5 minutes to play. Anyone can take it here as Lauren Bird circles around. Thought about the long 2, but settles it down. Kendricks going to the hole. She loses it off a foot. And no, they're going to say a travel before she lost control. Turnover to the Panthers with a 6-point lead. Both teams now in the double bonus as Katie Isley sends the inbound pass to Izzy Peterson. Peterson working on Bird. Turns around. Now finds Ewell as she moves up the far side. Ewell to the baseline trying to drive in. She sends one back and it's stripped and taken by Lauren Bird. Into Kep. Kep heaves up that three-pointer, in and out. Taya Moss with the rebound finds Bird, top of the key for 3, and that one's good. And Watertown back within 3 now, 45-42 with 3.5 to go. Caitlin Shrimp finds Katie Isley. Now there's McCorkle. Top for Ewell. Sedona Roberts is going to sub in at the next stoppage. Getting both of our 4 foul players in as Liz Ewell holds this one at the top. Now finds McCorkle in the corner, all the way across court to Shrimp. And now here's Peterson working her way through the lane to the hoop. The ball is stripped, but Katie Isley's got the loose one. Under 3 minutes to go, and again, Kendricks delivers a shove. Caitlin Shrimp, the beneficiary, she'll go to the line for 2.
Watertown fouls on Brianna Hendricks, her third, team's 10.
Caitlin 4 of 5 from the line, and she's got 2 chances here.
Line shooting 2.
Front half, nothing but nets.
Now in for Watertown, Peyton Zuki.
Katie Isley checks out as Sedona Roberts comes back into the game with 2:56 to play. Panthers up 4, one more free throw coming from Caitlin Shrimp. Shrimp's second attempt is also good. She gives her team a 5-point lead with inside of 3 to go. Flying up the court is Lauren Bird. She's forced to the corner and kicks it out. Nearly getting in front of that one is Shrimp, but they inside it to Taya Moss. Moss forced to kick it back out behind the arc with 2:40 to play. Bird crossover, has to pick up that dribble, now pulls up for a long one. It's well short. Korducky, though, flies in. Bree Korducky with a great play to grab the air ball and put it up. It's a 3-point Panther lead, 47-44. Peterson getting pressured, but she finds the relief valve. There's Roberts inside, kick to Ewell, underneath to McCorkle, and the score. What a play developed there by Oregon. Excellent ball movement, and they get a lead of 5 back with 2:06 to go. Kep nearly loses the dribble, but's able to hang on. Now does pick it up and feeds into Bird. Bird working her way to the hoop on Shrimp. Shrimp with the block and grabs the loose ball. Now she finds Izzy Peterson. Peterson too strong, and Taya Moss has the rebound, and Ellen fouls her. That will be the end of Ellen McCorkle's night with 1:48 to go. And as Ellen fouls out, a big round of applause from these Panther fans, not just for tonight, I suspect, but for her whole career here at Oregon High School.
Yeah, this is her last game at home, and maybe not the way we want to see her go out, but she gave it her all tonight.
Without a doubt. Taya Moss able to knock down the front half of her free throw. She's got one more coming. Panthers up 49-45 with 1:48 to play. Moss's second attempt is also good. Watertown back within 3 as Izzy Peterson is called for a charge. Oh my, Izzy Peterson whistled for the charging foul. And that will send Lauren Bird to the line for 2. Well, I guess offensive fouls do not lead to shots even in the double bonus, so Watertown merely gets the ball. They still trail by 3. Oh man, Taylor Schmidt, if she'd have been able to turn her head, could have picked that one off. Moss tries for the pick, but nothing doing. Korducky at the top for the Goslings. Now back to Bird. Timeout, Watertown with 1:31 to play. Ups and downs in this game, back and forth. Watertown has really, in the last few minutes, found some offense that they desperately needed. They went from 35 to 46 just like that, and we've got ourselves a 3-point game with 91 seconds left.
Yeah, no, this is not the comfortable margin that the Panthers had even a few minutes ago. Yeah, and now, you know, with the total loss of Ellen McCorkle, that's another blow that the Panthers are really looking back on with regret. But
folks, I'm sorry, going to shut us down for just a sec. I'm going to have to get the scorers table my royalty-free mix, but until then, unfortunately, we will have to kill the sound when the copyrighted music comes on. Watertown working this one around. Kep forced to move it to Fromander. Heads to the top of the key. And back to Kep, nearly getting in the way was Yule. She did, in fact. Yule saying she didn't touch it. Referee unmoved, as referees are typically by the protests of players. And so Kep will inbound it with 1:15 to play. Sends to Fromander behind the timeline. Double team coming. Now Sedona Roberts retreats and Fromander picks up her dribble. She hands off to Kep, and Kep is able to get it back. Step back three-pointer from way behind the arc. Oh man, and they are gonna call Liz Yule for a foul on the three-point shot.
Did she?
I sure didn't either. I have to say, I'm a bit perplexed at that call. But that means Kep will get 3 free throws here. She can tie it up from the line. She has not been to the line so far tonight. And her first shot is good. It's a 2-point Panther lead with 2 more shots coming. The rare 3-shot foul here. Kep's second also good. It's 49-48 Panthers. Just over a minute to play. 1 more shot for Watertown. Some ululating from the crowd, but Kep does not mind, and she hits all 3 to tie us up at 49. Liz Yule in the corner, nice pass out to Shrimp. Shrimp interior to Stats, It goes off of Fromander, and that will stay with Oregon.
Very lucky break for the Panthers.
Yes, Morgan Fromander getting a hand on that one and tapping it out of play. 49.8 to go, tie game at 49. Both teams in the double bonus as Caitlin Shrimp inbounds deep to Liz Yule. Yule right to the free throw line. Her shot is blocked, but she is fouled by Taya Moss, and she will get 2 shots. That is Moss's first foul of this game. The 11th team foul against Watertown, and Liz Yule gets 2 chances. First one uses the whole bit of the rim, but goes down. Panthers back on top by 1. Second shot, nothing but net, and the Panthers up 51-49. Oregon calls the timeout with 46.6 to go. A 60-second stoppage here. Hopefully we won't get any, what am I saying? We'll be back, folks, at the end of this timeout. All right, folks, we're back after the full timeout for the Panthers. 46 seconds to play as Watertown inbounds. They trail by 2, 51-49. Another whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from Watertown this time, a 30-second timeout.
30 seconds.
Will that lead to music? Doesn't seem so far. So, Sean, with that in mind, Panthers up by 2. Liz Yule clutch with those free throws. And give Jenna Kopp, and I'm sorry, folks, we'll be back at the end of the timeout. Alrighty. Jenna Kep key with her 3 free throws to tie it, but Liz Yule equally clutch with her 2 to give the Panthers back the lead. 41 seconds to go. Lauren Bird takes the inbound pass for the Goslings. Taya Moss trying to set a pick, nothing doing. Bird forced to pick up her dribble, sends all the way across to Kep.
No.
She steps up for 3. It's no good off the front of the rim. Taya Moss draws a foul, and now Sedona Roberts is done for the night. Only 29 seconds to go, but Taya Moss will go to the line to shoot 2. Sedona Roberts has fouled out as well. Katie Isley checks in to replace her as Sedona Roberts' night ends.
At the line, shooting 2.
Moss gets the roll and brings her team within 1. She's 7 of 10 from the line tonight. Student section manages to shake her off it, and the Panthers still up 1 with 26 seconds to play. Shrimp turning around at the center line, kicks to Yule, and Yule is immediately fouled. We'll send her to the line for 2 as Korducky delivers the intentional foul with 20 seconds to go. Liz Yule was money on the last 2. Let's see if she can make these go as well. Nothing but net. And the Panthers back out to a 2-point lead. Second shot no good. Taya Moss with the rebound. Gosling's down 2 with 17 seconds to play. Bird with the crossover to the top. Now working way in, kicks out to Kep. Kep the crossover, trying to find an open shot, nothing doing. Now Kendricks into the lane, can't do it. Kep, the step back 3-pointer, no good. Rebound for Moss, no, it's loose, and it's grabbed by, oh boy, it's grabbed by Shrimp. She takes a hip check with 0.3 of a second to go. She will head to the line as Kendricks delivers the foul. Oh boy, Caitlin Shrimp fighting for that rebound. It's pretty much academic at this point. Caitlin in and out. She's 6 of 8 tonight. Whether she hits this or not, though, only 3:10 left in the game. Panthers up 2. She gets that one. It's a 3-pointer. Lauren Bird has 0.3 to get it in. Kep tries to fire one down, doesn't have enough on it. And the Panthers, after going into the half down 31-20, battle back and win 53-50. Oh, what a finish from these Panthers.
No, I mean, this, wow. It's a new thing every week in the Badger South Conference. You know, you start to think you know how the season is going to end, and then the games just change in dynamic every single time. I mean, I started really getting nervous when we had a second player foul out. You know, especially someone who had been so integral on defense as Sedona Roberts. But Panthers managed to pull it out with the 3-point lead right at the end, and all in fouls pretty much.
The Panthers did a great job from the foul line in that second half. Caitlin Shrimp, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Liz Yule, 4 of 6. And those 11 points, I mean, in a 3-point game, every point matters. The fact that they picked up 11 out of a possible 15 from the free throw line is huge.
Absolutely, totally key to this game.
Without a doubt. There are a whole lot of players that would qualify as stars tonight, but limit yourself to 1 from each team. Who do you like?
Yeah, no, this is the sort of game I like. I mean, it's a challenge to distill it down to just one player, but, you know, at least I've got options here.
Plenty of choices for you.
Let's see. Okay. Try to keep talking through the copyrighted music. I'm going to start off with Watertown. You know, there's a couple options I could have had for this as well, but I'm going to go with number 32, Taya Moss. Now, when a team starts a freshman on their roster, you immediately have to ask why. I mean, there's the obvious that Taya Moss has, been scoring consistently for the Goslings all across the season, 9.1 points average per game. Tonight, she easily exceeded that. I mean, she played, at least tonight, with a confidence and poise well beyond her years. I mean, she was the one knocking down those free throws at the end, and she was able to physically contend with both Ellen McCorkle and Sedona Roberts on the Panthers. I would expect her to grow to be a huge star for the Goslings in the future. I mean, she's got 3 long years ahead of her.
I absolutely agree. She was 7 of 11 from the line tonight with a total of 11 points on the night, so a great outing from her. Who do you like from Oregon?
I mean, I'm going to go with Liz Ewell tonight. I mean, she was the one that, she broke us into our first lead of the entire game. Well into the second half of the game. I mean, if we were doing quarters here, she would have been just at the start of the 4th quarter of the game. The Panthers finally got their lead, and Liz Ewell's 3 was part of that. But I mean, she was clutch from the free throw line as well. And, very, very scrappy on defense as well, an integral part of keeping the Watertown Goslings from outpacing the Panthers too much early in the game.
Also the scoring leader on the team tonight, 18 points from Liz Ewell.
Wow.
So
wow.
You picked a solid one there. For myself, from Watertown, I could go with Lauren Bird. Instead, I'm going to go with Jenna Kep. Kep had those 2 big threes to start the first half, and then she got fouled on the 3-point shot and knocked down all 3 of the free throws. But more than that, the fact that she can hit the 3-pointer from 4, 5, 6 feet behind the arc or more forced the defense of Oregon to adapt to her. Gave them a lot of openings, more than just what she contributed. She opened up the floor for the rest of that Watertown team. She is a huge asset for them. And then for the Panthers, first, I want to give honorable mention to Sedona Roberts, because she really ignited the turnaround that we saw in these Panthers with her just scrappy, gutsy defensive play like she so often does. But I am going to go with Caitlin Shrimp. Caitlin Shrimp with 11 points on the night, the second leading scorer for the Panthers, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. If you can go 7 of 9 from the free throw line, good things are going to happen. So many teams squander those opportunities, and in fact, we saw Lauren Bird struggle from the free throw line for Watertown, and that cost them a lot of potential points. She was only 2 of 6 from the line, and many of those were 1-and-1s, which would have led to more shots. Caitlin Shrimp, 7 of 9, just huge for Oregon.
Absolutely. I mean, she had that beautiful play through half the defense as well.
Boy.
That was a highlight of tonight for sure. I want to give we don't usually do this, but I want to give a Stoughton Hospital Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic honorable mention to Lauren Bird tonight. I mean, yes. She took a beating far more than anybody should have to expect in a basketball game. And, I don't want to explain all this away to injury, but I feel like, she might have made a few more free throw points if she hadn't got hit in the head so many times over the course of this game.
I think that's perfectly fair to say, and it was nothing dirty. It was just unfortunate, and she clattered to the floor a number of times. It wasn't like Oregon was, out to get her or something, just some bad collisions that didn't go her way. It was great to see her hang in there and play hard for her team. You can tell how much they rely on her. But as it is, Oregon down 11, and they win by 3. This is a huge game for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, Oregon's got 1 game left in the regular season. They're going to be heading off to Fort Atkinson this Thursday. So obviously, as that is an away game, we are done with our regular season coverage. It's been a great season for myself and Zach, and for Gareth, our cameraman and producer. We want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. and for tuning in this whole season. Thank you all for your support, and we will be back next season with more great coverage of OCA Media Sports.
Absolutely, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. You're the listeners, the viewers. You make it happen for us. We're so happy to be able to bring you all of this high school sports action. Until next time, we will see you later. Visit OCAmedia.com to check out all this great season's action, and we will see you next year. Take care, everybody.
This program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. Oregon Community Bank. Feel good banking. William R. Torhorst and Associates. Your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital, Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care close to home. Maria's Pizza. A little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce. Promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for details. Oregon Youth Basketball, a nonprofit organization providing opportunities to students in the Oregon School District to learn and play the game of basketball. OCA Media wishes to thank the Oregon School District for its ongoing support. Bill's Food Center, providing southern Wisconsin with quality products, great customer service, and a warm welcome since 1978. And Ziggy's Barbecue Smokehouse and Ice Cream Parlor, Texas-style barbecue in our backyard. Send us your game day photos using hashtag OCAGameDay. And don't forget to like us on Facebook at OCAmedia.com. Watch all of our coverage on our YouTube channel. Just visit us at OCAmedia.com.